Don't come between my son and me.
I am obligated to protect him.
In forthcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas Forrester's tone changes to one that is threatening, which has Steffi Forrester shaken. But the Forrester daughter soon finds herself defending her own behavior on B&B, and Thomas isn't the only one who loses faith in her. Brave and beautiful spoilers. Hope Logan and Thomas Forrester won't take the responsibility. Matthew Atkinson's character, Thomas Forrester, had always intended to get his kid back. He entered that court proceeding with the impression that Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samiri, would accompany him at the conclusion of the proceedings, but it severely backfired. The same applies to Hope Logan, Annika Noel. She had faith that Douglas would walk away from the hearing clutching his mother's hand. This also backfired last week for Bold and the Beautiful. Therefore, it appears that both of these parents made a mistake. Each entered the courtroom with a fictitious sense of security. Now it appears that they are blaming Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKinn's Wood, rather than themselves. Hope asserts that she holds herself accountable for giving Douglas a decision. Yet, it appears that she won't behave in that manner in forthcoming B&B episodes. Steffi Forrester is blamed in B&B spoilers. Thomas Forrester's first unannounced visit to Steffi Forrester's house was when she first noticed his wrath. Hope Logan is another, and she also has a problem with Steffi. When you add in the conflict Steffi has with Finn, John Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, creates a trifecta of issues for this wife, stepsister, and sister. According to Bold and Beautiful spoilers, this devoted aunt has a difficult road ahead of her. Thomas believed Steffi's home had a rotating door he could exploit. Nevertheless, he discovered this past week that was not at all how things would go. In forthcoming episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas now accuses his sister, who soon fights to keep things somewhat regular in her household. Hope previously confronted Steffi about letting Douglas move in. She believed that her stepsister ought to have pressed for him to accompany Hope home. Steffi insisted, though, that she didn't want Douglas to feel abandoned. This week on B&B, it appears that Finn is also not very fond of his wife. The Bold and the Beautiful. Does Steffi dread Thomas? This week on B&B, Steffi Forrester lay everything out for Thomas Forrester. She expressed to her brother how pleased their parents and she were that they believed he had changed. Thomas appeared to have become sorry as a result of his sister's remarks at first. If they did, it was just momentary. He responded to her by acting like he was the aggressor, which is why. Thomas admitted to his sister that he was sick of saying sorry. Thomas doesn't appear to realize the gravity of what he'd done. Thus, he now appears to be on a different mission than the one he imagined when he first saw Steffi. He entered believing that he was welcome. Then, according to Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, he considers Steffi to be a barrier in the way of his son. The first time they had spoken since Douglas had arrived at the Cliff home, Steffi Forrester's expression appeared to shift from concern to a hint of panic. She is well aware of Thomas's potential for violence when he doesn't get his way. Steffi and Finn now have another person to worry about as they try to navigate life securely because Shyla Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, is lurking in the shadows. The person is Thomas Forrester, and it appears that he will soon put his cunning cap on to acquire exactly what he wants. Furthermore, it appears that Steffi Forrester takes the brunt of his rage.